But we go back to Giannis where we started this program, Kelvin.
Yeah, I mean, that's, some news. We thought that Chris Paul would be the big news, but then also Giannis decided to jump in, and reports that his agent had a chance to actually, to request that they want to have a meeting and figure out where the direction of his team going, Rob G.
Yeah, well, before we even get to that, Giannis actually played tonight for a few minutes, that is, because he left the game early with what they're calling a calf injury. If you watch the video, non-contact, he's going to the rim, passes the ball, comes around the other side, immediately goes down. Hopefully it's nothing more than a calf strain, but that could complicate his murky future with the Bucks, because you mentioned it. According to ESPN, he and his representatives will be talking to the Bucks front office here in a couple of weeks to discuss his future with the franchise. All signs pointing to, however, him finally, after months and years of speculation, demanding a trade out of town.
Yeah, I mean, I thought we would be here. Rob and I, we talked about it, Rob, over the offseason, just because the reports started to come out. What would happen? What do you do? And I thought this was going to happen because I thought you could see he's starting to put pressure on the team. He started to be vocal about things. And to something you always bring up, he kind of felt like he wasn't that guy. He kind of felt like, he was one of those guys who kind of just going to ride this thing out. But over the last 2-3 years, he's been louder. Right, he's been a little grumpier. He's been a little bit more. What are we doing? Where are we going? Which he's earned that right too, by the way.
Last year they had a chance to do that, and he didn't. And he said he didn't ask for a trade.
He's been vocal about them. He's been vocal about where are we going? What's the direction? I want to win multiple. This isn't good enough.
You mean when he asked for Damian Lillard? Like when he asked for, and they traded away everything for Damian Lillard?
Yeah. So I'm saying he's become.
I don't understand this at all. To me, I just don't
understand
from the
what
standpoint of. I don't understand. Like they've made moves. They've done everything you could ask him to do.
I'm with you. So
it's Milwaukee. It's Milwaukee.
That's what I'm saying. He
left to go to Miami 5 years ago. He didn't want to go.
But I'm saying to your point, one of the things that we've said, and I think most people would agree, is the Eastern Conference. It's been 20, 25 years, however long, of the Eastern Conference being the least between that and the West, the lesser conference between the two. And to me, as good as Giannis is, 2-time MVP, Defensive Player of the Year, Rookie of the Year, All NBA a million times. I mean, he's been that guy. He is first ballot Hall of Fame. When I look back, and we talked about this a bit before, Rob, I will say, especially post-championship, it has been strange for me and a bit disappointing to me that Giannis hasn't gotten back and just dominated the East. I'm not saying he had to win 3, 4, 5 rings. That's very difficult. And his team, he doesn't have the Warriors with KD and Steph. But the idea that he doesn't make it back, the idea that he's not regularly in the Eastern Conference Finals or regularly in have been to the finals multiple times has been a little underwhelming for how good, how great, how talented he is. I expected once he's got
no other talented teams in the East. There are no injuries.
There's not really a bunch. And as good as he is, there's not. That's literally why we call it the least. There's one or two, but you can't tell me.
Miami's been to the finals a couple times. It doesn't matter.
Exactly. And nothing about those Miami
Indiana
teams.
made a run. It's not.
And not a single team you name made me look at Giannis where we think he is. He should not look at that as, well, I can't get past
So
them.
how come LeBron didn't go to the finals every year in the West when he showed up in LA?
In the East?
I mean, there were years they didn't even make the playoffs.
No,
I'm asking you.
Right, we're talking about the East. That's why I brought it up, because it's an easier conference.
I don't think it's my point, though, Rob. I don't think it's that he hasn't dominated the East. I don't think that Giannis should be in the finals every year. I think that's a pipe dream. I just don't believe that Giannis, with Chris Middleton and the other players are there. But I still don't think he has to go to finals every year.
What I'm saying is there's no way, Rob, that he is 30, 31 years old, putting up these numbers, still in his prime. And his team is, what are they, 9-13 or something. And the fact that he's that 3 first-round exits, he's gotten past the semis, that is underwhelming for this guy and how great he is. If I just blindly told you this guy's resume and that he's 30, 31 years old, still in his athletic prime.
I would tell you blindly that he won a championship in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. That hadn't won a championship since Kareem Abdul-Jabbar was Lou Alcindor. I mean,
so what do we stop? Do we just stop?
No, that doesn't mean you stop, but it tells you something. But your idea, I just think you have an unrealistic idea. I'm going to be honest, that you think everybody, like, you have to go to the finals or the championship every year, or the idea that Giannis can't get beat, or he hasn't played. There was a time when they lost to Miami where he didn't play as well as he had played and missed free throws or whatever. He won a championship there. I don't know what you expect.
I don't blow it away. I don't even know who you are
Giannis
right now.
to win 4 championships.
You're throwing crazy bail. You throwing some bail that I ain't never seen. You're a bail bondsman right now. As great as he is, as dominant as he is, in a conference that does not have
20 players
teams
who were great and dominant, and they didn't win. They didn't win once.
No, I said you can't even regularly be in the Eastern Conference Finals. The fact that he's first-round exits, if this were anyone of that stature, where we're saying is they will be getting ridiculed. There will be concerns. We're not saying he's not a great player.
Are there any extenuating circumstances?
No, I gave you.
No, I'm asking you.
If I'm the Bucks, I'm answering. If I gave you, you know what? You're right, Giannis. We do need a tweak. Let's go get you Dame. You and Dame don't work out. I got Brook Lopez, Bobby Portis, Drew Holiday, and Chris Middleton, and all these guys. That only worked the one time. Doesn't work. And you're so good. You're, at least I think we've all been led to believe that you also are capable of dragging a team. And there are certain people when you're at that level, that is the expectation. Luka Doncic's in the expectation that if Luka, again, doesn't drag some teams to some Western Conference Finals and some finals, we're going to be upset. Jokic, he's that good, that dominant, that if Jokic doesn't drag, I'm not saying these guys got to have 3, 4, 5 rings, but I'm saying the winning and getting deeper playoff runs, I think that's warranted. I think that is not without merit for how great they are. To ask Giannis to dominate the East for a decade, I think that's a fair point. Hey, Giannis, just not saying you got to win 5. Go to the finals a couple times. Win a couple Eastern Conference Finals. Get to them. That's all I'm saying. He's left meat on the bone, pause. He's left to be desired to me for how great he is in a conference. Again, that's what, Rob, we came into this season, it's wide open. Is it the Knicks? Is it the Pistons? Is it who can win it? And they're underachieving. When this should have been a year, he easily is dominating, balling out, and gets to the finals.
I think you're missing the elephant in the room, and you're not being honest. They choked down that series. Doc Rivers they hired him. Giannis wanted the coach they had before him didn't even give him a chance, wanted him out. Giannis was the one that signed off, I guess, on Doc Rivers, right?
Yeah.
They've choked down series.
So where did I get it wrong? That sounds like my point with Giannis.
No, your point is, my only point is, I just think that your expectations for him are through the roof, that you really believe that he should be in the Eastern Conference Finals every year for 10 years. I don't see that. I think there are other players and other teams. I just don't. I don't see anybody doing that. But you think Giannis has been wasted? I don't think Giannis has been wasted in Milwaukee at all. The idea that Giannis won a championship in Milwaukee is mind-blowing to me. Is way 10 times more than I could have ever imagined Giannis winning a championship in Milwaukee. Okay? So your expectations and mine are different. You you expect him to dominate and win and go to the finals 4 or 5 times. I just don't see that.
No.
I'm shocked that he won a title.
I'm saying a couple of final appearances, some Eastern Conference mixed in there, just where you're a very competitive team. That's all I'm saying. The idea that Giannis Antetokounmpo, MVP candidate, 2-time winner, 1, 2, or 3 every year in the voting, regularly is out in the first round, we would blast so many other people that talented, of that ilk, that awarded, that heralded. We would blast anyone else if they're regularly out in the first round or barely get into the semis. We would be like, what is going on there? And that's my point. I ain't saying you got to win 5 rings.
He has a little cachet that other people don't have, and that's that he won a championship, and there have been other extenuating circumstances. You didn't bring up Damian and Lillard and him didn't really go together. It didn't work out.
Figure it out.
So when you talk about it didn't work out. That's why he's not there.
Figure it out. I'm saying
let him
figure
go.
it out.
Yeah, but they tried, and they went out, and you and everybody else, when they went and got Damian Lillard, said, oh, God, that's going to be perfect. This is great. Look at this match. This is going to work out perfect. Those guys go.
So you blame blaming me for Giannis and Damian Lillard not working. I'm getting the blame. Boy, you lucky we ain't in the studio together.
But you're making it but I just think your expectations are unrealistic. That's
God
really what I have
forgive me for expecting a dude of this ilk, this dominance, to get past the first round.
You expected Luka and LeBron to get to the Western Conference Finals, right, last year?
I didn't expect them. I thought they could. And I expect Luka.
So what happened there?
I expect Luka in his tenure with the Lakers.
So if Luka doesn't
ring.
get to the Western Conference Finals again this year coming up, then what? What is that for him? I'm just asking.
No, I'm saying where
this
is his run.
No,
Luka's
I'm asking you. What should he get to the Western Conference Finals the next 5 years?
It is possible for them. I like Houston. You know, I already told you I like Houston and I like OKC. And then you got Denver. What I'm saying is if Luka is here 5-6 years in LA and he don't go to 2-3 Western Conference Finals or get a ring, that's underwhelming. Yes. If Joker don't get back to the finals as great as he is, that's underwhelming. If Joker doesn't regularly get to the Western Conference Finals 2-3 more times, yes, these guys are that elite. And I guarantee you they hold themselves to that expectation.
I just think your expectations are really high because we talk about how hard it is to win. So many things have to go your way. It's just not as easy as you think. And I don't care how talented that you are. You just talked about you guys bent over backwards for Chris Paul, and that's great. He's a top. What do you think? Have him as a top 4 or 5 guard, right?
Point guard, yeah.
And he's been on a ton of teams. He got to the finals one time. It's harder than you think, and I don't care how talented you are. It's harder than you think, and not most guys. Even LeBron, when you think about, he's been there 10 times. He's been playing in the league 4 years. He got 4 championships. Wow. 4? He's got 4 championships.
Giannis is too
in 24 years.
To be getting out in the first round in a conference that's not even that hard. Period. All right, Rob, so they're watching us right now, which means another thing they can do is what?
They can subscribe. All you got to do is hit that button, subscribe to The Odd Couple for some of the best sports talk content in the nation.
Facts, and while you're at it, they can like, they can comment, they can share. Do all that for us. We appreciate it. Just do all that right up in here. All right, Rob, so they're watching us right now, which means another thing they can do is what?
They can subscribe. All you got to do is hit that button, subscribe to The Odd Couple